to go live. Give it a couple moments. Yep. 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 Peruski. Welcome to the live, everybody. Welcome to the live, everybody. Welcome to the live, everybody. Tap the like button and subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the live, everybody. We're going to give it a few moments for everyone to get the notifications to join the live. Then we'll get into the topic for today. It's much better off because now I have this kind of, well, you guys can't see it, but I have a visor like kind of blocking the sun, and I have this new like phone mount that's on the window for so that, you know, because previously I was leaning it up on the window and then it would fall down. So now it's perfect. So welcome, tap the like button, subscribe if you feel called to. We're going to have a really fun and exciting topic for today, which if you saw the oh, I got a good poll too. You believe kindness is important? Do you like really nice color? Okay, good, cool. There we go. Heck yeah. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out if you guys got to check out the 2 lives. Actually, there was actually, more I think about it, we had like 3 lives yesterday between myself in the morning time, and Luna did a dance live, and then she did one with her housemate Alder, which was really potent and powerful. And if you didn't get a chance to check it out, man, go watch it, because she played the flute and they sang together and they did the waves and they talked about the waves and they explained it. And they also, she was drumming, and it was really, really awesome. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, go back and check it out. And I'm almost pretty sure once the video actually processes, we're going to put Alder's YouTube channel link in the bottom of the video, so you can go over and subscribe to her channel. But it was really good, and I know that Luna was live for like an hour and a half dancing last night. I didn't catch that live, but I was on the previous one. So yeah. But we'll give it like a minute or two more, and then I'm just going to go into the topic. And whenever anybody comes, if they show up, they show up when they show up, and they we'll just go with the flow, you know. And a happy Sunday to everybody, man. I hope you had a really fantastic week. The times are changing, man. The energies are changing. We're shifting. The collective is shifting. Humanity is shifting. Things are changing, man, really fast. I mean, hell, October is almost over already. I just can't even believe the acceleration of everything is. It's like the day starts, you go to sleep, you wake up a couple times to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and before you know it, you're up again, like the day starting already. It's just, man, I have no words as to how fast things are moving. I remember yesterday, I'm not really going to speak on that topic because I have my opinion around it, but I'm not getting into that today. I just want to mention it because I can remember yesterday when I went out for a little bit and there was all these people all on the streets, and of course, as most of you know, I had no idea about it because I don't watch the news. But there was protests going on, and and that's a topic for another day, not today, because today is all about kindness and starting your week off with kindness, starting your week off with being kind to someone else, being kind to yourself. That's the topic for today, and I want to stick to it. But why I brought that up is merely because, well, I went out and there was a lot of traffic, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And I saw people all over the streets, and I had no idea what it was about. So, why I bring it up is because, well, it felt like it was just yesterday. It felt like that was happening right now. That's how quick the quickening is. That's how fast things are speeding up. We're all damn near experiencing it. Luna made a bunch of shorts and videos on the channel regarding speeding up of time and time being an illusion, and I've talked about it, and yet at the same time it just feels much faster. Even if you don't pay attention to what time it is, you can just feel it as through the day, as it's wild. And yet this year will be over and done before we know it, in the blink of an eye. And it's so important that we find ways to be kind to others. People are going through right now, man. Even if you don't see it in your own circle, even if you don't see it right in your immediate family, in your friendships, in your family dynamic, whatever it is, people are going through it. Yeah, people are waking up and they're not even wanting to talk about the fact that they're starting to question everything. And they're beginning to realize that there's more than just the human being that we are, that we're not just this human being, in this physical body, that there's way more to it. And the lies are coming out, and that's why I want to incorporate Positivity Sunday to start our weeks off from a positive standpoint, from a positive note, and share and spread kindness. It goes a long way, man. Just as negativity does. Just as you spreading negativity or someone spreading negativity, and how fast it ripples. Well, it's the same for kindness. It's the same for treating others how you want to be treated. And whether people come on or they don't, whether they watch the replay or they don't, it's all good. It's still going out into the universe. And my mission and goal is on Sundays to bring positivity, bring hope, that no matter what we're seeing in the outer world in front of us, we can still find a way to be optimistic. We can still find a way to bring joy, bring happiness, bring excitement, bring a smile to somebody's face. We can still find a way to do that, regardless. And in fact, change someone's basically, essentially, like turning a frown upside down. Not to say that they can't feel sad or upset in some way, shape, or form, but the fact of the matter is, man, it feels so much better when you can put a smile on someone's face than rage bait them into anger, or piss them off, or get them frustrated. It just feels so much better when you hug somebody, or when you tell them you love them, like you tell your mom you love her. You call her up and you say, "Ma, I love you. Thank you for all you did. I appreciate you." You know? And that, my friends, that, dear ones, goes a long way. And it just doesn't affect the person that you um, thanked or smiled at. Because make no mistake about it, you could change the trajectory of where they're headed and how they react and how they act in the world. And then how they act to the person they call on the phone, or to their boss, or to their coworkers, or their employees. Just in how you act, just in how you show up in the world. And I really, truly believe that humanity is starting to realize this. I see it every single day. I see more and more people noticing things, noticing that there's holes in this matrix, that there's lies that we've been told, that we are more than just this human being. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And there's much more to it. It goes far and wide. And people are seeing through everything and using discernment and realizing, wow, how I show up impacts many, many people. Because I'll give this example. I used to go to the gym like 7 days a week, 3 hours a day. I'd be pumping iron at the gym like 3 hours, like I said, like 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. I wouldn't miss a day unless I was really down bad. I would not miss a day. And I would have my amino acids. I would, my bottle with water, and, at the time I was drinking Celsius and things of that nature. And I was just really, zoned in on, just fitness in that form. And, I just got to the point where I couldn't miss a day. And I remember going into the gym one day, and somebody stopped me and asked me, what do I have in that bottle that I'm drinking? Because it was a clear bottle, but yet it had the amino acids had like it turned the water like a pink color. And they would ask me, what am I drinking and what do I do and how do I stay motivated like that? Because I would motivate myself. I didn't need anybody to go with. I didn't need someone to tell me to go. I just woke up, and sometimes it was different times of the day, but for the most part, I would go first thing in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I'd be at the gym pumping iron on that treadmill. And I basically, what I didn't realize at the time was that I was a role model. And when I heard them actually tell me, hey, by the way, we see you every day. What do you do? What are you doing to do this? How do you stay motivated? And it's like, it's that inner motivation, man. It's like, I don't need someone to tell me anything. I just motivate myself, you know? But I understand, even up to this point, I'm up at like 4 in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning, actually. And I start my practice every single day, man. And I meditate, and I connect with God, and I am developing and harnessing a relationship with God every single day, with Jesus. I call them both in. I sit in stillness. I do some Kundalini yoga stuff, but not fully as much as I was doing, because I was pumping Kundalini like 2-3 hours a day, 7 days a week for the past 3-4 years. I had some things that had happened physically that shifted that. And then I just kind of didn't continue. But I do aspects of it. And I know that Kundalini changed my life, which was a big part of movement and breath and all of it. And now I'm kind of being led to something else that incorporates many different types of breathing techniques, which I'm becoming a facilitator, another form that I'm getting certified in, and Luna's getting certified in. And we'll talk about it more on another live. But why I'm bringing this up is because how you show up in the world, man, people see you every day, man. They see you at the job you go to. They see you at the corner store. They see you at some restaurant you picked up. And how are you showing up? How do you respond? Do you respond with kindness? Do you respond with a smile? Or are you rude and bossy? Like, people are watching, man. And people look up to you without you even realizing they're looking up to you. And so, it was very interesting years ago, as I said. And I then started to think that, then people started to respond to me and say, man, I see you every day. What are you walking, like 3-4 miles, 5 miles? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I just go till I feel called to stop. So, as I said, why I'm saying it is because many people are watching and they observe and they look up to you, kids, adults, elderly, it doesn't matter who. And you don't know how much you can impact somebody's life. And it goes back to the same saying that Joe Dispenza always said: when you change the world. When you heal the world. It always starts within us. It always starts here, man. And sometimes, yeah, I get it. There's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of things happening in the world, that you can easily forget and not be aware of how you're showing up, how you're acting, how you're treating others. And it can get, you can get really caught up in this matrix that we're all in, and not really be aware and present to how you are showing up. But it's nice to have those kind of messages from others showing us, hey, oh, maybe I should, make some changes. Maybe it would be better for me to make some changes. So, I don't know. That was just a little story of mine that I experienced quite a few times, actually, in different places, different, I was told how my energy was. Like, wow, your energy is like really calm and relaxed. People can tell, man. They can tell when you're in your head. They can tell when you're feeling anxious and fearful and just not calm inside. And the most important thing, man, is finding ways to feel at peace within yourself. That's the key, man. Because when you're peaceful, everything around you is going to be peaceful. When you're happy, everything around you that you're going to experience is going to be happy things. that are going to come to you, that are going to be shown to you. You know, another example, that a story example, that I had an aha moment when I was in Florida in 2017 and 2020. Well, no, not 2020, 2017, because I moved like a year later. And that year prior to moving, I was at the beach quite literally every single day. And I remember actually multiple times going to the beach. I remember, and a lot of people will just say, "Oh, yeah, that's just a coincidence," blah blah blah, But I'm very in tune and in touch, and I know that whatever state you're in internally, whether it be happy, sad, um, you know, the victim, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But any state that you are in, peaceful, calm, centered, grounded, you're going to experience people that are that exact way, that are being mirrored back to you to remind you, to show you, oh, okay, this is the state you're in. This is how you're feeling. So that you can decide and make a decision whether you want to change it or not. So I would go to the beach, and I would go to different beaches every day, and I was really starting to soak up the beach, because I knew that I was going to be moving very soon, and I was going to be moving to a place where the beach was like 3-4 hours away. And it wasn't going to be like, oh, I just get in the car and I'm there in like 5 minutes. I knew that was changing, and changing fast. And I knew that it was the universe moved all these things around for that to happen, for that move to happen, like that, where I had no other choice but to move, because the universe is like, okay, you've been calling this in, you've been resisting it enough, you've been calling it in for the past 7 to 10 years. It's now going to happen. And there's no turning back. And it was frightening for me, because that's all I knew for like over 20 years. And yeah, I was going through many, many identity, like the loss of identities and ego deaths and everything you can think of, dark night of the souls. And so I was going to the beach every day. And I also was, my dad and my another relative told me about a place where they had group therapy sessions, and they had one-on-ones, and it was extremely reasonable. It was like a nonprofit. And I went there, and I was going there multiple times a week to do emotional regulation classes and DBT, which is dialectal behavioral therapy. I was also doing one-on-one therapy sessions. I was doing all those things multiple times a week. And after I was done with like the one-on-one therapy at the time, and this was, like I said, around 2017, I found myself driving to the beach every day that I had the therapy, and I would go to the beach afterwards. Interestingly enough, one day I felt really stressed out inside, and really just not so calm and grounded and centered at all. Not at all. And I remember going to the beach and walking on the beach, and the ocean was extremely rough. It was really, really rough. The waves were rough. It was super windy. It was just extremely rough. And then I remember going another day where I was extremely calm and peaceful. And it felt like everything was in harmony and everything was falling into place. And what do you know? I go, and the beach and the ocean was completely flat. There was literally no waves. It looked like a lake. And I was like, oh my God. I just had an aha moment. It's like the ocean is reflecting how I feel inside. And when I felt really calm and peaceful, the ocean reflected that back. When I felt really erratic and reactive and stressed out, and the ocean was reflecting that. And then I started to equate it with my outer world and the people I was, you know, um, interacting with, and the people that were coming into my life, or even not even the ones I was interacting with, but also um, if I went to a grocery store and there was a group of people at the counter, you know, whatever state I was in, that's what I was experiencing. And the universe just mirrors that back. And it's a reflection, but a lot of times we don't see it. We don't recognize it. We're not aware of it, dependent on the state that we're in. And even if we are, so many are like moving and shaking like so fast, and, you know, essentially barely have like 2 minutes or 5 minutes of peace whatsoever. So you just don't, you kind of gloss over it, and you don't see those signs and messages. Oh, well, you know, I have the opportunity and the ability to shift how I feel, to change how I feel, to change the way I'm showing up. And I get to choose that. No matter what I'm going through, no matter what I've experienced, I get to choose how I feel and how I want to feel and how I want my day to turn out. No matter what you're experiencing, good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. You can change it. And then once you change it, different things will come into your experience, dependent on what you're putting out. Well, I'm going to put love out. Okay, so the universe is going to be like, well, I'm going to give you love back. Okay, I'm going to put fear out, and I'm going to project fear. Well, you're going to be in that vibration, that frequency, which then equates to other people feeling your vibration and frequency, and that will be given back and shown back to you. I'm going to give joy and love and open my heart. And that's exactly what you are going to be shown and given. Other people that are, their heart is opened. They're happy, they're joyful. Again, we're here to feel everything. We're here to experience all aspects of every physical emotion. Yet, we get to decide how long we want that to be. If it's a day, if it's an hour, if it's a week, if it's a month, if it's a year, if it's 10 years. And, you know, over my time being on this planet, I've met a lot of people, and I've met people that have said, I've been like this for most of my life. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can change that, and you get to choose. And yet it takes practice. Yet it takes time. Yet you have to implement new things into your everyday. You can't expect a different result if you continue to do the same thing. If you continue to do the same thing, how do you expect a different result? So it's like, okay, I'm feeling depressed for the last 20 or 30 years, but what are you doing? Like, what in your life are you doing? And what do you need to change to have a different result? Well, I'm feeling anxiety for 20, 30 years. Okay, so what do you need to change to have a different result? Because again, at the end of the day, man, nobody can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. No one is going to do it for you. And no one, in fact, is going to come and save any of us. We have to do it ourselves. And that is why humanity is going through what humanity is going through, man. We have to make the necessary changes. God is expecting us to make the changes. God is not going to just come in unless we're on the brink of the end. Same with the galactics and the higher dimensional beings. We have to do it. We have to show that we can do it. That's why this whole process is taking so long. Yeshua loves you all. Autumn, welcome, Autumn. Thank you for the comment. Tap the like button, everybody. I haven't been saying it, but tap the like button if you're vibing with what I'm saying. I've just been like really in the zone here today, focused. Yeshua loves you all. Repent and live for yourself, man. That's what's important. Live for yourself. Welcome, my friend, for his cause. I think that's what it says, for his cause. Tap the like button, everybody. Today is Positivity Sunday. And if you just got on or you missed the last 37 minutes, man, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. There's a lot of codes and activations that came through in this live, and it's powerful today. And I hope that there was something that you got the opportunity to do this week that was kind for someone else. It's extremely important that we open our hearts and we are kind to one another. And greetings to you. Welcome. Tap the like button, subscribe to the channel. I love you all, man. I appreciate you all. I hope that you got a chance to watch the 3 lives yesterday. Robert, what's good, brother? We ended up doing 3 lives yesterday, Robert. 3. I went live in the morning. Luna went live twice. And you'll really like that live too, Robert. Definitely go back and watch the one that says Waves. In the title, it says Waves. Alder played this drum. She played a flute. Her and Luna were singing together. That's okay. You can watch it today if you want. It'll be up today. It should be up today. They were playing a drum, a flute. The flute was like, oh my God. I really hope Alder comes back and she plays the instruments, because that flute was unreal. And she didn't play it long enough. It was so powerful, man. You could just feel it, like it connected to your soul, man. And it was like this wooden flute. It was like, she has so many instruments, Alder, her housemate. But the flute, and then Luna and her were singing, and they did the waves, and it was really awesome live. And then Luna did another live after that where she danced. So if you guys did not get the opportunity to watch these lives, yeah, it is. It really is. It really definitely is, man. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the lives, man, go back and watch them. There's 3 of them from yesterday. I think what we're going to do too, because there's a lot of content on all 3 of them, we're going to break them up and edit them and turn them into shorts and shorter videos. The live I did yesterday, I was completely connected to God, and God was like channeling through me yesterday. And just the last 30, 40 minutes, God just was coming through, man. God was coming through, man. We're connecting more and more, man. We're connecting more and more with God, and it's becoming more of a thing that the collective is doing. And trust and believe. I have a lot to say, which I'm not going to talk about today, about the protests and that happened yesterday. I didn't even know that was even happening, to be honest. I didn't even know it was happening, until like Luna said, we're going to do a meditation for the protests. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Because I don't watch the news, man. And then I went out to go get something to eat. And oh my God, I had to take like the side roads. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into that today because it's Positivity Sunday and I got a lot to say about that, but not today. I'll leave that for tomorrow. But I ended up yeah, the cops were all over the place, and I went to this place, and I was going to go to another place, and luckily, fortunately, I made a quick right, and I went to somewhere else, and then I took side roads home because I live kind of more in the country than the city, but I'm like close to the city, but I live in the country. Um, but I have my thoughts on that whole process and everything, and just in general. And you know me, you guys know I'm gonna speak my truth, and I'm gonna speak authentically and from the heart, of course. And trust and believe I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna keep it for a different live, not this one. So I wonder how many of you got the opportunity to go out and do one kind act for someone or yourself this past week. What did you do, Robert? Did you get the opportunity to do anything this week, Robert? I know last week you said you helped a lot of people at your job. I remember you saying that last week, actually. For me, that's awesome, man. Well, I mean, to be quite honest, my friend, by you doing that, you're spreading it into the collective, You're changing the world, my friend. Oh, so getting back to what I was actually saying before everyone got on. I was talking about I take care of an elderly disabled woman. We advocate for them in my company. Oh, so I got you. So you do something like home health care, I'm assuming. My sister does occupational therapy. So she goes out to people's houses, and has a lot of conversations with elderly people. It's probably something very similar. Oh, in-home supporters. Okay, so like you're a live-in nurse or something, basically. Well, you're doing part of God's work, my friend. Yeah. You're doing God's work, my friend. And you got to have a lot of patience for that, you know? Truthfully, you have to have a lot of patience. And you do have to be kind. Yeah, help bathe, give house cleaning, and above all care. Yeah. Yeah, you got to definitely have patience for that. Yeah, you know where you would be perfect at? Florida. I used to live in Florida, and that's like everywhere they have that. The nursing homes, they got nursing homes everywhere. They got live-in nurses, live-in, like, you know. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And then you still have to find a way to have kindness, and that's huge, my friend. I mean, don't think that it's not preparing you for what's coming, you know, because it is. Oh, Lord, the high behavior unit? Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, you got a big purpose here, my brother. And still finding a way to be spiritual, you know, and remembering that you're a human having a spiritual experience, you know, a soul having a human experience, you know. Had some knots in the beard today, guys, but they're out. I've had lots of jobs. This is the first where I feel like I actually make a difference. Yeah, and I feel like you probably feel very full, and you know, your heart fills up, you know, and yeah, you have those situations and those experiences, but again, as I was talking about earlier, and I know it's hard for a lot of people to take in, but those are just reflections of how you were feeling that day. Those people were just reflecting back to you, you know, and one would say, well, why is someone throwing something at me and spitting on me and blah, blah, blah? Well, it's a reflection of how you are feeling internally. And it's for you to look at and see and make the changes that you need to make so that, well, people will actually act differently around you. You know, that's essentially how it works. We could sit here all day long and blame everybody else for like the trolls coming on and this and that. And there is some sort of energy that is attracting it. And it could be someone that's on live that's feeling some type of way and attracting it, and then it's attracted to everyone. Um, but the mere fact is, man, there's no victim in anything, man. We're being shown what we need to be shown to make the changes we need to make. Yeah, and a big part of why you're there is because you're able to hold a certain vibration. You think somebody like that's like really like let me use an example, like somebody that just doesn't want to be on the planet anymore and is really down and depressed and pissed off and angry. You think that they could be in a position like that you're in, that you're doing what you're doing, and that has no patience? I'm sure there is, because I know I've heard stories of people that do those positions and don't treat the elderly properly, you know. So I know there is, but for the most part, a lot of them are kind and caring and loving and are patient. Yeah, we all do. You're right. And the fact of the matter is everything is giving us a message where we need to look at things in our own life, where we need to change things in our own life. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, about somebody being depressed for like, and saying, well, this is how it's been for like over 20 years. This is how I've been. I can say that that was me too, you know, but like, what was I doing to make those changes so that I felt better? You know, it's like what I said earlier. Like Einstein said, you know, uh, if you continue to do the same thing, don't expect. That's not the exact way the quote went, but I'm kind of botching it a little bit. But it was like, um, don't expect a different result if you're doing the same thing, or if you're doing the same thing, you can't expect a different result. Something to that effect. I can't exactly remember the exact quote, but I'm sure someone in the chat remembers this. And it's like, okay, so you're experiencing depression and anxiety for majority of your life. What are you doing different? You know, what can you do different? And asking yourself, and then actually implementing those changes to have a different result. And it's like people continue to do the same thing over and over again and then expect to have something different, some different outcome, and it's not going to be. You have to make changes. If you're like continuing to eat a certain way, and you know that eating that certain way is not helping you, you're not feeling better, just like I had to do with the acid reflux. I began to make changes within my diet, within myself, within the times that I was eating. I had to do different things to experience a different result. And what has happened? It hasn't happened because I made changes so that I would experience something different. And to be quite honest with you, I was like, hell no. If I have to fast for the rest of my life, I'll fast. This is suffering, man, and I'm not willing to suffer. And I will cut out and remove anything and everything I have to, whether it be eating a certain way or eating different things or eating at different times of the day, whatever I have to do to make changes so that I don't experience that ever again, I will do it. But most people are not willing to do that. A lot of people are willing to just take medications or over-the-counter things that just are band-aids. They're not actually the changes. They don't want to make the changes they need to make to have a different result. So they'll stay doing what they're doing and find ways to, like I said, go to an old man in a white coat who gives you medication, you know, instead of choosing to do something different. So, like, if you're going out in the world every day and you're angry and negative and sad and pissed off, well, and you're not experiencing different results, and what's being reflected back to you is all of those things, then you decide and choose to do something different. Well, maybe I can exercise every morning. Maybe I could wake up earlier and meditate. Maybe I could do these different things that is going to change my attitude, change the way I show up, and then maybe my world will change in the interim. You know, again, as I said, people are not willing to do those things. They're not willing to make the changes necessary to feel better. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, I suffered majority of my life. I didn't know how to make changes. I didn't know what to do to have a different result. Even though I did, I didn't. And that's what I hope the newer school will help people be empowered. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even if it's changing the food you're eating, Even if it's, and listen, man, Robert, I will say that at one point in my life, it was extremely difficult too. But I'm at a point in my life where, like that acid shooting up in my throat, there is nothing, no food or time of the day would I keep to have that, to be continuing to experience that. I don't know if I'm saying it in the right way, but I hope that you understand what I mean. But basically, I don't want to take some over the counter thing. I don't want to go to someone in a white coat that medicates me. I will find a way, if it's asking God, if it's completely fasting, if it's overhauling my entire diet, whatever I have to do to change what I was experiencing, because I would never want that for anybody. And if I had to experience that every single night when I go to sleep, I would not want to be here anymore on this planet. And I do not want to band-aid it. I ask God for the root cause. I want to get to the root cause. And what has happened, it hasn't happened since having changed the time of day that I eat. I've been eating a certain time of the day. I'm noticing when I eat certain foods, it's affected by that. I'm also going inward with things that I know that emotionally that I needed to let go of. That was a potential cause. So I'm willing to make the changes in whatever way, shape, or form I need to not experience it any longer. And yes, most people won't do that. Most people will run to a doctor or, avoid when the doctor says you need to stop eating red meat. They continue to eat red meat. You know, when the doctor says you need to exercise more or stop going and eating fast food, they continue to eat fast food. You know, I truly believe I came here this time to experience sadness. And once I did, I didn't know how to stop. Me too. I feel the same way, Robert, because majority of my life, I did feel sadness. I was sad all the time and I was depressed and I had anxiety. Why, though? So that you could actually help others, that your soul knew that you could go through it and you would get through it so that you can help others. I didn't know how to stop. Tool years, just because we come for one thing doesn't mean we can't experience other things. Of course, but it's not really that we're coming for one thing. We have a soul signature with that kind of we're choosing that kind of signature, like the sadness signature. So you're going to experience all kinds of things surrounding that. Yeah, but you know what though? I want to say that a lot of people know that eating fast food all day, every day is not good, and they know it because people tell them, and they know it deep down because they even acknowledge it, but they don't want to change it. The addiction to the food is um, so much so that they're not willing to, no matter what they experience, they're just not willing to change it. Because of the way it tastes, whatever. If it's smoking, if it's, listen. I mean, I did all those things. Let's be real. I'm gonna be honest on here. Well, I'm always honest. Let me retract that. When I was doing drugs, and I was in the rave scene, and I was doing like the ecstasy and stuff of that nature. Even though I would have the come down point where you're coming down from it and you just feel drugged up and like it's all coming out of your pores and the chemicals and everything. And I wouldn't sleep for days afterwards. I had so much fun just popping that pill and partying at the club for one night. It was worth me not sleeping for days. It was worth me at the time. Why? Because I wanted to fit into. Why? Because if I completely stopped doing it, then, you know, I wouldn't be able to hang out with the people that I was hanging out with. So it was a large part of it was fitting in. A large part of it was the feeling and the experience that I had. I was not willing to give up, even no matter what I was experiencing, no matter how much pain I was in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The longing for belonging, the feelings that I would get from taking ecstasy was unlike anything I knew. I knew I didn't I didn't know that you could tap into this in other ways through Kundalini yoga, through breath work. I didn't know that you can get to those high states without taking some, um, you know, mind altering substance. And like I said, I was just, I get in the club, man. We'd pop the pills. We'd be in there partying. We'd be laughing our asses off. It was just like, and then I would suffer. And then everybody else would fall asleep and I'd be awake for like days. And it was just like, I just kept doing it weekend after weekend, and not sleeping and just suffering basically. Yeah, exactly. It, you said it so perfectly, man. Oh my God. Yes, the drug just falsely activates what we already have. Yes. And the difference is you don't have to go through you don't have to go through the periods of like withdrawal, which is horrible. Um, Now I got to get this back. Okay, there we go. Not falsely un. Yeah, I would agree. And we're just unaware of it, man. What time is it, by the way? Because I have to. Oh, great! I didn't even realize it's already 10:30. Oh, oh my gosh! How time flies. Time is flying, man. It is accelerating. Like it is going so fast. Except mushrooms, which are made by God and put here for us. Yeah, ecstasy is man-made. Chemical mushrooms is God's made. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, you know, um, I don't do any. I don't do ecstasy anymore. I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't drink. I haven't drank in years. I think, and nothing against people that drink alcohol, but that's I feel very. Anyways, I'm not going to get on this live. This is Positivity Sunday, um, and we'll stick to that. We'll talk about that other stuff another day. Um, but it's a beautiful day. Everybody, get outside, man. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to someone else, man. Spread love. I hope that you come on next week and you talk about some kind act that you did. Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about it, Robert, believe me, because I have things to say about alcohol too. um you know as well, and some of these other things, which I feel have to do with the GOV and mind control and suppression and everything else, you know. So, but I'm not going to get into that on this live. It's for another episode or another live or another video, or you know, we'll get into it. With that being said, though, this was a really awesome and amazing live. If you guys get the opportunity, go back and watch Luna dancing. It was awesome. It was like an hour and a half live she did yesterday. And then the live with her and Alder. The title is titled Waves. Go back and watch that. She plays the drums, a flute. They sing together. They did the waves. And listen to the description of the waves and what she was describing it to be. It's really neat and interesting. And hopefully she'll be back and they'll play some instruments and sing together. And maybe Henry can come on too, and which is her significant other, person she's dating. He plays instruments. It's both of their channel. And if you guys get the opportunity, we're going to put the link of her YouTube channel. Go over and subscribe to her channel. Robert, definitely subscribe to Alder's channel. It's H&M. Wait. No, I'm sorry. H&A. It's H&A. Go over and subscribe to H&A. I think that's what it is. And if it's not, we'll have it in our description of the video, the link to her YouTube channel. Please go subscribe. They have like 16 subscribers right now. She just started the YouTube channel. So hopefully we can all help her to grow the channel so their music can get out to the world. I love you all, man. Get out there and do an act of kindness. Stay positive. Treat yourself kind. Treat others kind. Love yourself, man. Love one another. I will see you on the next live, on the next video. Oh, let me end the poll here. We had 0 said no. 12 people said yes. That is beautiful. I love it. And happy Sunday, everybody, man. I wish you all a wonderful week, a wonderful day, filled with so much happiness and joy, man, and harmony and peace. Treat yourself kind. Treat someone else kind. Love yourself more. And I'll see you on the next live, on the next video, or somewhere around the world. Until then, let's go!